Hi guys! So, I have a couple of things to talk to you about today. The first being, congratulations to us as a collective for making it over 700 subscribers as of today. I'm so excited, and I came up with a name for you. I'm going to call you my little Mourning Dubs, and I think it's adorable, so if you have a problem with that, it's too bad I'm calling you that because it's cute. So, hello to all my little Mourning Doves. I'm so happy to have all of you here. Another little life update. I got a job. I got a weird job at a doll making business that makes like those really hyper realistic silicone baby doll things. I'm in training right now to do like molding and stuff for them, some sculptural weirdness, which is just really exciting because I didn't expect to find an artistic job like this right out of college. So, you know, it's a really interesting new thing. And so yeah, that's my fun, new, exciting life thing that's happening. And I think next month or the month after I'll be moving in with my brother, which I'm pretty stoked about. And yeah, it's been good. Things have been pretty awesome. So that's what's new with me. And today's video is going to be a requested video, something that someone asked for, I think just on my last video actually. A girl whose username I did not write down, but I'll write it here. So this person, thank you for the suggestion, asked if I would do some book and music suggestions, and I got really excited because I'm very passionate about music and especially about books. So I thought it would be really fun to share with you guys some of the things that I like. Hopefully they're things that either you have heard of and you can agree and just be like, yeah, those are awesome, or you haven't heard of them and you can check them out. So I will start with music just because I don't really have anything to show you in terms of music. I'm just gonna like kind of list it off. So this is all stuff that I've just been kind of listening to a lot lately. The first being Depeche Mode. Now, I don't know about you people if you have good vehicles, but my car has a lot of electronical issues, okay? So the CD player is in a permanent state of I must eject whatever is in me right meow. So basically what that means is if you put anything in it, it'll just eject it back out. And if there's nothing in it, it'll still keep trying. Which basically means that when you're driving down the road, there's just this constant noise as it tries to eject nothing. So what my dad did as a way to fix this naturally was shove a plastic knife up in there. So I can't listen to any kind of music via CD. And also the antenna was broken off by the previous owner, who was my dad. So I also can't really listen to the radio, but it has a cassette deck, and I have a very limited amount of cassettes, but I will tell you I have one, and it is a Depeche Mode album, and I listen to it on repeat like a crazy person in the car. It's all I listen to. I forget the name of the album, and I'm sorry, that's probably blasphemous. I've heard it like 1.5 million times, obviously, but I don't actually remember the name of it, but sorry. But Depeche Mode in general is a really awesome band. They're kind of, I think, considered a more traditional goth band to an extent. Please don't take my word for any of this. I don't know that much about music and genres and stuff. I just know what I like, alright? That's it. So that's a big one that I listen to in the car. Another thing that I've been listening to a lot in the car lately is George Winston. And I do know the name of this album. It's another cassette tape that I got, and it's called Autumn. And if you don't know George Winston, which you probably don't, Gracie, do you want to come up? Come on. Come here. The dog wants to join us. Oh, Gracie. But this album, Autumn by George Winston, is like 8 songs. It's all kind of classical piano music inspired by the fall, and it is so beautiful. So if I'm not feeling Depeche Mode, that's what I listen to on repeat in my car. So that's a really, really good one. Also, my favorite band of all time, Manchester Orchestra. I absolutely love those guys. They are in no way at all alternative or anything like that. I mean, they might be considered alternative rock, but other than that, they're not an alternative band. They're just so good, and I've loved them since before I was even a baby bat. I've loved them for years and years, since high school, which was quite a while ago now, which sounds so weird to say. But yeah, they're absolutely fantastic. I don't think they've ever written a happy song ever, but it's just some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard, and I got to see them play in person, and it was phenomenal. So they're really awesome. And the final person that I have to talk to you about is my all-time favorite person, musician, artist, writer, actress, everything. You probably already know if you've been here for even 2 videos, I don't even know. Emily Autumn is the best. She is just a phenomenal artist. She's just so good. Her style is really, really fun and just so interesting and unique just to her. And so, yeah, I would say if you haven't heard Emily Autumn, like, check her out. She is just such an inspiration for, I mean, really anyone, but especially I think for girls and for people who have been in any way affected by mental illness or just struggles in general. She's just such an inspiring person. So she rocks, and she's gonna be coming up here again in 2 seconds because she also has a book. So, segue onto books. The Asylum for Wayward Victorian Girls by Emily Autumn is one of my favorite things to read. It just came out on audiobook. I just listened to it, and she kind of like re-upped the story. It's a little bit different, and it's so good. Just both the written version and the audiobook are phenomenal, and they make me cry, and they're just awesome. So highly recommend any form of art that she has ever participated in. It's good. So that's a big one. Now for books after The Asylum, I've kind of got a strange jumble variety for you, and that's just because I wanted to have a good mix of things, so maybe if not all of these appeal to you, maybe one of them will. So the next one I have is actually a young adult novel. It's called The Tale of Despero. This has been one of my favorite stories for like my whole life. I just think that Kate DiCamillo, if that's probably a horrible pronunciation, but whatever, she is such an amazing writer, and this book is so quotable and lovely, and I just absolutely adore it. I have for forever. Part of the reason I've wanted to get Rats for so long is because of Emily Autumn and her passion for rats, and also for an even longer time because of this book and the way that the rodents are depicted as being so noble and just amazing and human. So yeah, if you haven't read, it is a John Newbery Medal Award winner, whatever the hell that means. I don't know, but it's really good. So absolutely wonderful book. The next one is my favorite graphic novel and probably one of my favorite stories of all time, The Crow. I don't know what to say. If you are in any way alternatively inclined, I mean, you don't have to be, but it is just such a beautiful, beautiful story. It's the most amazing romance I've ever read. It is heartbreaking and tragic and action-packed and awesome at the same time. The artwork in this book is just awesome. It's just, you can't go wrong. It is just such an amazing, phenomenal story. If you haven't seen the movie is also really amazing. Just, I have no bad things to say. It's so good. On to one of my favorite authors, David Sedaris. This is Me Talk Pretty One Day. If you haven't read David Sedaris, he is absolutely hilarious. Usually I don't really click with authors. I like books, and yeah, I'll like multiple books by one author, but I don't like latch on to like, oh, if that person wrote it, I gotta read it. It'll be really good. Gracie. Sorry, the dog is being distracting. But David Sedaris is honestly one of the funniest people I've ever read from. His books are always hilarious. I own almost all of them. Like, I just religiously buy any book that he puts out. They're all essays about his own personal life, and let me tell you, his own personal life is fucking weird and just hilariously funny, and he has such a great knack for writing that out. So yeah, if you want a good laugh, David Sedaris is hilarious, and any of his books are good, but this is the first one I ever read, and so I thought I would share this one with you. And also, he did a reading in my town, so I was lucky enough, where is it? There we go, to get it signed. It says, for Aaron, aka Nighthawk. That was my nickname in high school. Ooh, that was pretty cool, watch out. And I believe he tried to draw a hawk, but it looks more like a parrot. Gracie, really? No. Why are you barking? There's no one here. And you're in the way of the camera. And for the last book I have to share with you, this is a newer favorite of mine. It is called The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. Yeah, Morgenstern. It is such a beautiful story. Again, just a wonderful, like, romantic fairy tale fantasy. Like, it just blows my mind. I love this book so much. Again, I cried a lot. I get too emotionally attached to characters, okay? So that's what happened with this book as well. But just the world that she created in this book is so, it's just, I want to live there. I want to live there and be a part of it. And yeah, so I was obsessed with this book as soon as I read it. I bought it immediately, like I had to own it, and I have highly suggested it to a lot of people. So if you like kind of fairy tale stories with magic and a little romance and just, you know, kind of an alternative world, or what the world could be if it was more magical, this is that kind of story. So I hope that gives you guys some suggestions of things that you would like to read or listen to. Maybe you've heard of some of these, and if you have and you like them or you don't, like, let me know why. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these specific things. And if you guys have any suggestions for me for books or music or movies or anything, I would love to hear it, because I'm a fiction junkie. Not necessarily, I like nonfiction too, but let's be real, it's fun to escape this world for a while and like just go far away into the Shire and with the Jedis and stuff, you know what I mean? So if you have any suggestions for me whatsoever in terms of that kind of thing, I would love to hear it. I will definitely check them out. I have way too many books that I haven't read already. If you can see, my bookshelf back there is just full of books that I bought at just book sales and secondhand stores and things like that, because I can't turn down cheap literature. I'm weak, and I'm still not caught up, but you give me more suggestions and I'll just add on to that list, because I have zero self-control when it comes to things like that. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I will see you guys in the next one. If you've got any suggestions, comments, questions, whatever, you know the drill, leave it below. Subscribe and you can be a little mourning dove too. You guys can all be my little mourning doves. And let's see if we can get to 1,000. Like, before I was like, I don't know, I mean, it's really cool. I got like 300, but like, we're so close. Why the hell not? Let's see if we can get to 1,000. I'll do something special. I don't know what. Leave a suggestion of what I should do if I get to 1,000 subscribers. It can be weird. I'll probably do it. So let me know. See you guys in the next one. Bye.